How's it going, everyone? I'm Max and welcome back to the channel. Now today, it's not going to be a smoking video. In fact, it's going to be quite the opposite. It's going to be my experiences on a tolerance break so far, the pros and cons that I found, and why I'm doing it as well. So let's start with why I'm doing a tolerance break. For me personally, I feel like over the last few months, my tolerance has just crept up more and more, especially doing these videos as well, you know. There's a lot that goes into making one of these videos, whether that be making a sick, massive joint, or, you know, doing some smoking challenges. Before starting this channel, I used to smoke maybe a 0.4 a day, and I even think that's generous. It'd maybe be a 0.4, 0.5 at maximum. But now since starting, I'll be rolling up a gram heads and, you know, hitting bong multiple times maybe for the video. Before, a bong hit used to get me wrecked, absolutely finished off. But now I can take now I can take a bong hit back to back, and yeah, I'll still be fucking high, but it's using more weed, and it's using more money then that I have to spend on that weed. Not only that as well, but the quality of weed that I've started buying has increased massively. So it's not just the fact that I'm smoking more, it's the fact that what I'm buying is usually higher quality than what I previously got. Now, you've obviously seen that from the event videos, from the videos in general, you know, just showing off all the fire that I'm buying and all the flavours that I'm smoking. And I want to be able to smoke that minimalistically. Maybe minimalistically is the wrong word, but I kind of want to savour it. Really want to enjoy what I'm doing. When I first started smoking, I would appreciate every single joint. I'd appreciate the flavours, the burn, and even though it wasn't the best, I really enjoyed it. And don't get me wrong, I still really enjoy smoking weed. And there's nothing that I love more than rolling up, the process and the ritual of having the papers, having the grinder, getting everything done, and then the smoking part is obviously the best bit. But I want to be at that point where I really enjoy a high again. One of them ones where you can share a joint with someone and just laugh for hours, you know, laugh hysterically. And I know it's never going to get like that. Don't get me wrong. You know, you're never going to get back to that first high. That's just chasing something that's not going to happen. But I don't want to be spending all this money on all these flavours and all these amazing strains to then go through it so quickly. When I went to the event last month, on the first day I bought a 3.5. And fair enough, there was 3 of us. But that went that night. And even though it was some of the best weed that I had ever smoked, that Blue Zushi by Loud Terps, oh my god, some of the most amazing flavour I've ever seen on a flower. But that's in a night. And you're thinking, you know, if you're smoking all day, every day, that's going to go through so much weed, that's so much money as well. I mean, myself, I work full time. And coming home from work and having a joint is one of my favourite things to do. Bro, making this video is talking myself out of this tolerance break because I just love smoking weed so much. I love the high, I love the process, I love everything about it. I love the community as well. Let's move on to the pros and cons that I've seen so far. Now, obviously the cons are going to outweigh the pros massively, especially during the short period. Loss of appetite, struggling to sleep, you know, not enjoying myself as much outside of smoking weed. But there are some pros as well. Let's start with the cons and I'll move on to the pros. Now, my appetite, it's not really been as bad as I thought it would be. I've been really craving some nice food over the last week, but every time I eat, it just doesn't taste as amazing. And I'm not even that type of person that needs to smoke before they eat either. Like, I'll happily breakfast, bit of fruit, lunch, dinner, before I smoke. And that's usually what I'll do on a day-to-day basis. But I feel like since stopping smoking, food has just not tasted as good. Although I've been craving that flavour, and I could have some really nice food in front of me. Oh, excuse me. It's just not been tasting as good. Now, yesterday that did all change. I headed to Nando's, and usually I'm not a big fan of Nando's. But I got a chicken burger, some chips, and it was just so nice. And it was really well needed. So it's nice to know that is coming back. And I know that things are going to start kind of returning to normal. I'm going to start sleeping better, eating better as well, the longer I do this. Speaking of sleep, my sleep hasn't been too bad. the first few days was completely fine. I had no problems at all sleeping. I just sleep, wake up. Same as I'd do if I had smoked, you know? No dreams, but I just go to sleep, wake up, still feeling horrible in the morning because I'm not a morning person at all. But recently, over the last few days, I feel like it's got a little bit worse. Like, day 4 and 5 were pretty terrible nights of sleep. I couldn't get sleep. Even when I got sleep, I sort of like woke up, had to turn over, go back sleep, and I did that multiple times throughout the night. Even last night, when my dreams returned and I started having some wild dreams, which I'll get onto in a minute, I still didn't have the most amazing sleep. Not as much as if I had had a joint, or not as much as in the first few days where I could just go sleep and wake up. But that being said, I do really enjoy dreaming. Like, so far, I've only had one, but it was such a crazy dream, so vivid and really realistic feeling. You know, it really felt like I was there in that moment. Another con that I found is just finding things to do with my time. I've been going to the gym semi-often, and I have been playing more games as well, but it's just to try and distract myself from not smoking. And it's not that I don't enjoy it, because don't get me wrong, I do certainly enjoy playing games, going to the gym, doing this and that. But I know that smoking weed and doing weed related things is what I really love. And I think it's my passion at the moment. For a long time, I was a bit lost in life. I didn't know what I wanted to do. I had no real interest. I had no goals that I was working towards until I decided to make this channel. And this channel, I think, has really helped me put some dedication in something, to work hard towards a goal. Even now, I don't have a goal or a target for this channel, or the future of it. But I just know that I'm sticking to a routine, recording my videos, editing my videos, making some shorts, learning things as well, learning different processes on how to edit better, how to make greater thumbnails, different types of content to make and how they can engage the audience. I absolutely love learning little bits like that. Since being on a tea break, I've not really been able to do that as much. Like, I've been posting the shorts regularly and I can still sort of make videos, but I have nothing to make videos with. You know, I have no weed, I have no content ideas. Whereas if I was smoking right now, I'd be doing some challenge video. I've got like so many ideas that I want to do and that I want to put into action. But by not being able to smoke, it kind of takes away from my passion. I'm kind of filling that gap with other things. Now, don't get me wrong, I have seen some pros, but they come nowhere near outweighing the cons that I've found so far. I do feel like I am myself a little bit more. Now, what I mean by that is I'm very talkative, I have lots going on in my brain, and sometimes it's hard to kind of get out what I want to say. Sort of what I'm doing now, you know, it's difficult to put into words what I want to say, because with my brain there's so much going on, and God knows what condition I have. I'm not checked, you know, I'm not diagnosed with anything. I'm sure I've probably got something that makes me this way, but I feel like with weed, it really helps that, you know. It helps me just enjoy my time, because as much as it's me, and I love myself, you know, I love being myself, I would rather just be someone that I know. Because with me sober, I don't know what I like. I don't have any ambitions. I don't really want to do anything. I just do it just to do it. Like everything that I have been doing, I'm thinking, right, I'm not smoking. What else can I do? I can play some games. I can go to the gym. Let's go out, get some food. But when I'm high, although you obviously get those times where you don't know what to do, I feel like no matter what I do, I really enjoy it. That could be a bad thing. It could be a good thing. I think I'm just going to have to see and really think about what's going on. No, that doesn't make sense. I think I just need to really have a think to see where I want to continue going. Whether I do want to continue this tolerance break, whether I do actually enjoy smoking, the process of getting high, all the different things that I do as well when I'm high. I don't know. I'm going to leave that here, as I said, because I've gone on far too long just talking absolute nonsense. I hope to catch you guys in the next video. It will be a smoking video, so as I said, put your notifications on, and I'll see you later. Take care.